Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Mimi Rose and today we're going to be going over the beginner basics for snowboarding. Snowboarding has been one of my favorite hobbies for so long, and I'm also a certified instructor as well as a ski instructor. So I really enjoy teaching this sport and helping people out. So I hope that you guys take something from this and enjoy my video. Okay, first things first, strapping in. Strapping into your snowboard is pretty easy. It's just two straps usually. You place your boot into your binding and you just strap yourself in. Some people already know which foot forward they're going to be. So if you know which foot forward you are, that's the boot that you will be strapping in first. If you don't, try it out, see what's more comfortable and go from there. Once we are strapped in, we are going to play around with skating. Skating is just like skating. You're going to push with one foot and slide with the other. I'd say it's pretty important to get comfortable doing this. It comes in handy so often. Maybe when you get stuck and it's really flat and you want to push. When it comes to chairlifts, getting on, getting off, and just overall getting around on your snowboard when you're not going down a hill, skating is really important. So you're going to start off by standing nice and stable on your board, and using your free foot, you're just going to start pushing. Just do this once and place your foot back on the board and let yourself slide a bit. Get comfortable with that feeling. Once you're comfortable with that, start pushing a bit more, getting a bit faster. One tip that I think helps for this is really try and keep your weight nice and balanced in the middle of your board. While you're practicing this, try and slide for as long as you can. Try and keep balanced in the center of that board and slide. Sliding with one foot in is really important to get used to. For example, when you're getting off a chairlift, you want to be able to get off and slide, and you're only going to be strapped in with one foot. So I do think learning how to slide and getting comfortable with it is really important before you get on a chairlift. Okay, once you are comfortable with that, we are going to start learning how to walk up the hill with one foot strapped in. This comes in really handy when you are stuck and you want to get out and you're on a slight incline and you want to stay strapped in with one foot. To do this, what we're going to do is we're going to place our free foot in front of our board. Once this is done, we're going to dig our toe edge into the snow and we're going to push up like we're walking up some stairs. It's going to be a very weird feeling at first, but once you get used to it, it's really easy. After walking up a hill like this, try and get comfortable sliding down in one go. Remember to stay calm and keep that weight nice and central to the board and you'll be fine. Repeat this a couple times just to get really comfortable being on a snowboard. Now, before you try this, make sure you listen on how to slow down. When you're sliding down with one foot free, inch that free boot forward so that it's starting to dig into the snow. You'll notice that you start to slow down, and this is how everyone slows down when they are just skating with one foot. Okay, next up, moving to being fully strapped in. When you're fully strapped in, it can be kind of difficult to stand up. It takes a lot of effort. The easiest way I have found personally is to dig your heel edge into the snow, put one hand forward and grab onto that outside edge. Using your body weight, pull yourself up. Standing up takes a couple tries, so I definitely recommend trying this on a nice mellow part of the hill where it's not going to be too scary. Now it's time to start learning how to slide on that heel edge. Keeping your hips and knees slightly bent, play around with digging that heel edge into the snow. You'll find that you start to slide slowly down the hill. Don't freak out. The way you're going to stop is to dig that heel edge into the snow. It's going to feel jerky at first, but try and get used to stopping, starting, stopping, starting, letting yourself slide a little bit more every single time. If you're struggling to find balance, ask a friend or someone on the hill to come and hold your hands and just slowly walk backwards. I found that this really helps getting used to balance. A couple of tips to keep in mind when you're doing this so that you don't build up any bad habits is to keep your weight nicely distributed. You want to be in the center of your board, not leaning either way, and you want to be looking at where you're going, looking down the hill. Okay, once you're comfortable with this, we're going to repeat it, but on the toe edge. An easy way to turn around on the hill when you're on your heels or toes is to do a nice little roll. I'll do a little example here. This is honestly kind of fun and just a really easy way to get from one edge to the other. Okay, so same thing. What we're going to do is we're going to dig our toes into the snow. That's going to stop us from moving. We're going to really lightly lift our toes up and we're going to start sliding down the hill. Play around again with digging your toes in, letting them free, and you'll start to slide down the hill nice and slowly. When you are on your toe edge and you're going down the hill, remember to look over your shoulder to make sure that you're not going to crash into anyone, and also just to see where you're going. Again, if you're struggling, find a friend or someone on the hill to hold your hands down the hill. There's no shame in this. Everyone does this to start with. It's just really helpful with your balance. Okay, time to get into what we have all been waiting for, starting to learn how to turn. So the nice introduction to turns that I like to use is called falling leaf. So starting on the heel edge, I'm going to start slowly sliding down the hill in a diagonal line. Once you get to the edge of the hill, stop by digging your heel edge in and start sliding the other way. Keep repeating this until you're really comfortable with sliding down the hill. I really found this falling leaf technique useful when I was learning how to snowboard. A couple tips with falling leaf is to use your hands to guide where you're going to go. For example, if you're going right, put your right hand forward. You always want to be looking in the direction that you're moving. You also don't have to be central on your board when you're doing this. You can start to lean slightly into your turns, just don't lean too much, and this helps with the momentum of your falling leaf turns. Once you're comfortable doing it on your heels, do that little roll, and we're going to do it on our toes. Okay, once you're comfortable with falling leaf, you are almost there. We are going to start getting into real turns now. So you'll find that the real turns are honestly really similar to falling leaf. We're just adding one more thing, and that one more thing is pointing our board down the hill. So let's start by sliding, just like we were falling leaf, on our heel side first. Once we get to the end of that side, we're going to point our board down the hill for 1 second. Let that speed pick up slightly and then go back onto your heels. This is what it's going to feel like when you're starting to turn. Once you get comfortable with this feeling, you can start going from your heels to your toes. The only change that you're going to make is when you're pointing down the hill for that 1 second, instead of going onto your heels, you're going to go onto your toes. Now, to switch from your heel to your toe, the main thing to keep in mind is to move your body with your board and to press your toes into the snow. I've always found it really useful to point at where I'm going and follow with my head and my toes. Once you've gotten comfortable going from your heels to your toes, you are going to switch up and you're going to go from your toes to your heels. Now, when you're sliding from your toes to your heels, after pointing your board down the hill for that 1 second, you're going to slightly squat into that turn. This just helps with absorption and balance. Again, use your hands to point to where you're going and your head. Make sure you're looking exactly where you're going. This is arguably the hardest thing that people find when they're learning how to snowboard. So really persevere and just keep taking it slow. Do not try and rush into this. It'll take a second, but once you've got it, you've got it. And honestly, starting on a really mellow hill will help you so much. Do not try to deep dive into those big inclines. That's only going to make your learning curve even harder. Start on a mellow hill, move to a green. Once you're comfortable on a green, maybe then you'll be ready for a blue. Now, we've gotten our turns down, but are they feeling smooth? We have got to start linking our turns, and I promise you've done the hardest part. The only thing that you have to implement when we're starting to link our turns is sliding. Just like you did in falling leaf, sliding between each turn. It's going to feel a bit sticky at first, but I promise the more you do this, the more comfortable you're going to get with linking your turns and the smoother it's going to become. Okay, you guys, well, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm so passionate about snowboarding. It really is one of my favorite things ever. So I hope that I helped you guys out today. And even if you're not learning how to snowboard and you just wanted to watch this video, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out my OFTV channel for more and my VIP page. Thank you, guys.